As part of the Dream to Give Back to the Nation, SwagTv International is organizing a free training for videography and photography for at least 500 persons right here in the
My name is Tessie Brown. I am a successful Nigerian. I love life. My hobbies are too numerous to mention, but my greatest fear is to be heartbroken. Yeah, it scares me, man. And that's because I'm a fun-loving person. One of the things I legit love doing is photography. I love to take pictures of people, places, and of course, myself. I love perfect pictures, and here at SwagTv Photography Studio, we are picture perfect and we take perfect pictures.
SwagTv Photo Studios, picture perfect.
Laugh everything out. Let me just bring it out. Let me take it out. Okay, first of all, let me say, I'm just to calm down. Okay, calm down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, my name is Omojiso Alfred, and of course, I'm the Swag King, the boss of all bosses. I happen to be among the most innocent guys on the face of planet Terra, like the Caesar. I came, I saw, and of course I conquered. Because the street used to go to church, I made up my mind that I would definitely going to take the church to the street and holy that I may wear Christ with a whole lot of swag. It is Epignosis, the full knowledge of God. Earlier on today, we had Pastor Sonny Cookie right there with us at the studio. And actually, of course, he told more light about our tight white shoe of a Christian, the reason why we must fight as a Christian. And it was mind blowing. It was out of this world. It was like, whoosh, Pastor Sonny Cookie, just stay with us at the studio. Don't go. And of course, we need to ask him to go because he has a lot of stuff to do. Did I tell you that he's the general overseer? And of course, he is actually the head pastor of Lifegate International Ministry. And of course, it was wow. All right, but for right now, I have an amazing, I call him one of the godfather of gospel entertainment that the world has never seen before. He's taking his place in the scale of map when it comes to gospel entertainment at large. Guess what the topic is? Yes, it's the gospel artist and the church. Yes, the gospel artist and the church. A lot of guys have been complaining. A lot of people have been complaining. A lot of gospels have been complaining. The church is not that. The church is this. The church is that. Everybody waiting. Even the churches are. Some of them are complaining. The artist is proud. This artist is that. And today, I've made up my mind. I said, okay, today we are going to scatter this thing. Pieces it and let's know who is saying the truth and who is the liar and who is the blabber and that of course the church cannot blab now. But we decided to mash this stuff up. But before I introduce my guest today to you, I would like to go on a very quick break. Very quick one. So the guys at the console, if your hands are not too busy, please take me away.
Oh. Good evening, boss. Hey. You know, Where did you meet him? Nice. Samira, she's an amazing. I know. East to west. East to west. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. So we're just going to get straight to work. So just give us a few minutes. Let's sort out a few things. I'll get to you. Thank you.
Amarachuku Barubanebeno Amaraya Barubanebeno. Thank you for your grace, Jesus. Amaraya Barubanebeno. Hallelujah. Grace just makes me true. Amaraya is where I'm leaving from. Almighty God, thank you for your grace. Your blood is just enough. Your grace made a way and mercy found me. Your grace made a way for love to hold me. Your grace, Jesus, your grace, Lord, your grace is sufficient for me. God, your grace made a way and mercy found me. Your grace made a way for love to hold me. Oh, your grace, this kind of grace, oh, your grace is sufficient for me.
Your grace make a way for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I call him the godfather of gospel entertainment in South region at large. Please give it up for the one and only. But before I do, hold on. Oh, gosh, chill out now. Okay, this is the point I want you to share the link. Tell your friends, tell your family that this time we want to talk about the gospel artist and the church. And to do that with me, please give it up for the one and only Afy Douglas. Oh, how is everything, Mr. Happy?
Very well, very good.
Okay, now you're looking very, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know too. I looked at the mirror.
Parabale now. Parabale. Take it easy.
Okay.
Take it easy. Okay, first of all, who is Afy Douglas?
Wow.
I don't want to tell us the parts we know. First of all, I know you're married and they know too. We know you have kids, we know two. Okay, I don't know the number, maybe three or two. Three. Okay,
Yeah.
three. Yeah, we know you have three. Tell us something we don't know about Mr. Afy Douglas.
I think what you know is what there is to know. Afy Douglas, a child of God, a minister of the gospel, a husband, father, brother, friend, child, believer, fun person. Everybody thinks I'm quiet, except people who are in my inner circle. They know I can be riotous. Well, you think I'm quiet, right?
Yeah, lion.
Yeah, I'm quiet. So basically, that's who Afy Douglas is.
Okay, so how long have you been into music?
Well,
Professionally.
how do I quantify that? Okay, let me take it in 3 stages. How long have I been into music? I would say like maybe 38 years. Yes, since I
38
was
years.
since I was about 4 or 5.
Hey, whoa.
I started with dancing, got into lots of competitions and won. You think I can't dance, right? But that's what you think now. But I used to dance very well, and then I got into singing classical songs at age 11, and then I came into the Pentecostal fold about 1996. So I start counting from there. That's about 24 years. But sometimes when you say professionally, we start to count from probably when you release your first album,
Yeah.
which was in 2004. So I would say 16 years, 24 years, 38 years, whichever one you choose.
Okay, so today
Yeah.
we are actually looking at the gospel artists and the church. Okay, those are the points where I also want gospel artists out there. If you're a gospel artist and you're live with us online, you need to throw your question in. You need to, so Mr. Afi can pieces the stuff for us. See, because I'm tired. I'm tired of the fact people saying the church is not supporting, the church is not supporting, and the churches, some of the churches are also saying the artists is not giving us their best. They are not giving us their best, and it all boils down to even those that are there. I overheard an artist saying something the other day. He said, "I have a fee, so if you invite me, you have to pay me my fee. This
Yeah.
is what I'm going to take. If you're not going to do this, I'm not going to take." Okay. Of course, at the part the Bible says, "Freely have I given you, freely you also
When?
freely you will receive,
Okay.
freely
I haven't read that part
you
of the
also
Bible.
give. If you freely receive, come I beg, give it out for freely." But Mr. Afi, tell us, is it wrong? Is it wrong for a gospel artist to place a certain fee to his charge? Place this constant. This
Yeah.
is what I take.
Yes.
And if you're going down below this, the answer is no
Okay.
for me to come.
Okay. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Okay. All
Yes.
right.
The part where you always quote freely have I given, freely received. Jesus wasn't referring to our skills. Wasn't referring to music is a skill. Artistry is a skill. It's like engineering. It's like medicine. You don't hear people talk about treating people in the hospital freely. You have received freely. You should give, right? But you hear it for music. And if you read before he made that statement, he was specific. Those were intangibles. The anointing, the power to heal. Do you understand? That's for free. I can't charge a fee for that. So if you're paying me for my artistry and while I'm ministering, healing can that's not what you paid for. You paid for my artistry, for years of rehearsals, for years of hard work, and for years I have built myself to the point where you want me. Sometimes I ask people, why do you need an artist, a guest artist? You have a choir. They can just sing and you go, why do you need this person? This person has built their craft to a level where you think that they are going to add something to what you want to do. So it's a service. You need to pay for it.
Okay. Now, did the artist has is that a process?
Hmm.
Okay. Now, I would like to know the process.
Yeah,
Okay, because now, if you're saying are built. That means over time
definitely.
you have been working on yourself, on your
Definitely.
skill and everything, and you
Most
get
def-
to that point where you say, no, at this point in time, I have a lot of beats to settle,
Most
and I need to
definitely.
do them.
Yes.
So take us through the process to
Okay.
that point where we will say at this point
Yeah.
it is this.
Okay. Well, it's not unique to gospel artists. Artists generally, there's a level you have to grow yourself to, and then you become sought after, and then people are willing to pay a fee for your service. You don't just wake up and brand yourself. If you don't pay me this amount, I won't come. And then it's even more difficult in the gospel setting because of the way people feel about paying. They think they are paying you for what should be free. And I try to make that clarification. Jesus wasn't talking about skilled work. He was talking about the anointing, the gifts of the Spirit, and all of that. He mentioned it before. He said, freely have you received, freely give. So you walk down the road and the Spirit leads you to lay hands on the sick. You lay hands, and the person, you don't have to charge money to release the anointing. But this is a skill. So if you haven't built to that stage, so you might want to start with free gigs, free. Everybody come watch me. This is a showcase. Sometimes when we do these things in church, we feel spiritual. When you say you gather people and you want to say it's a showcase of my talent. No, you want to say come, let's praise and worship. You want to make it sound all spiritual. But you can do a concert and tell people, come and see me. This is me. We make that mistake. You see, young people, they'll do a concert on their birthday and they have 25 guest artists and then at the end of the day, nobody sees you. I tell them so that you don't even need that big artist because he will come and take the shine off you after your program. He gets more invitations from your program, and you are still where you are. Do an event to showcase your talent. This is me. I can do this. I can sing. I can minister. I can be a blessing. It's a process. From there, people see you. They begin to invite you. You begin to put out, works that people can see online and buy, and then you keep growing until you get to a stage where you can start placing a fee just so that you can manage your schedule. Yes. Imagine that um let me not name anybody. Imagine that an artist is so busy that 10 people want him on the same day. Yes, sometimes there are some artists I'm gonna go there to who say they're not gonna place a figure. Nothing wrong with that also. It's a matter of strategy and choice. So if you decide to charge, nothing wrong. If you say this is my own covenant and walk with God, I'm not going to place a fee, beautiful. God sees your heart. And then for the people who charge too, that's another thing. What's your motive of charging a fee? Is it so that you live like a rock star, like your secular brethren? Because we have seen people who charge the same fees they charge. You see that they put it back, advance the kingdom. They make the kingdom proud. We see them all over the places. You understand? So your motive matters a lot to God. You understand? So if you're on the other side and you say, my walk with God, and you have a covenant, God, I'm not going to place a fee, but wherever I go, bless me. That's my personal consecration. And God would answer it. Do you understand? So either way, it's your choice, it's your strategy. Do you understand? If you're not going to charge, you also must strategize. The people who disappoint people the most are the people who are not charging fees.
Why? Why?
Yeah, because there's really no commitment.
They can just wake up one morning
Exactly,
and
say
I'm
one
done.
of the senior pastors in my ministry have called me to go somewhere else. I'm sorry, I can't make your event. If that person has paid you 10 million, you will tell the senior pastor that, please, somebody has already committed me. I can't make it. Can we adjust? Do you understand? So those things happen. So they can just wake up and tell you a higher power has called me, please, I can't. And they don't owe you anything. They only verbally told you, no problem, I'll be there. I'm led, I have prayed, and my spirit says go, and I'm going to come.
And now they are verbally telling you the same thing
Exactly.
again. And say this time higher
So
power
it works
comes
both ways. It works both ways. But at the center of it all, what's your motive? That's the question. What's your motive? Is it to get rich and pepper them and live like a rock star, like your secular counterpart, or to show that you have arrived? That's when something is wrong because we're Christians. The motive of our hearts must come first, please.
Right. I want to say thank you for that. I'm feeling not okay in a way. I'm feeling more okay with.
Okay.
I'm a little bit not okay with
Okay.
your explanation,
Okay.
right? And to clarify it the more,
Yeah.
I want you to, because what I asked was the process. Okay, of course you're trying to build it
Yes.
on, and this guy is an artist. Okay, he has single out there, and everyone has been playing a single. A single has by night turned into something that people want to dance to, people want to play to.
Yeah.
Okay, he has no album yet,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been invited to an event, and he said, "My fee is this because if it, without that, I will not come."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at that point, can we say he's still building or he has already built? Okay.
He's still building. He's still building. And like I said, it goes back to motive. Why is he saying that? Is it that he feels that he has arrived because his single turned overnight success? He is feeling, I'm now in the league of the big boys. You can't just access me.
Okay.
So when you check the motive, you begin to see pride, you begin to see arrogance. Do you understand? That's what I'm talking about now. You haven't gotten there. You got a single and then it goes, God breathes on it. Let me use that word. Or maybe your PR strategy worked well. We use a lot of church language, and you just say no. Some of them tell you God will promote you, and it's funny. The people who say those things engage PR more than the people who charge fees. Yeah, those people who tell you don't bother about promo, God will promote you. If you know the amount of PR they engage, and then let's leave that. But I think someone in that place is still building. He still needs to build. It is not dependent on album or single, but when the time has come, when you have matured, you have become really sought after. Not just because you have a single, because you begin to climb, certain places, and you have to order you have to be deliberate about your ministry. There are things you want to do, there are places you want to go, there are videos you want to shoot. It takes money to run. We're pastors singing, there are pastors preaching. So this is our congregation. You don't have a congregation where you collect tithes and offerings, but you have plans, you have things you want to do with funds. So when you get to that point, you begin to say, okay, I need to make this more organized. Okay, I have done this single, it's everywhere. I don't want to end here. I want more. I want to put out. God is giving me songs. God has blessed me with the ability to write songs. God, I need to do more. I need to put out content. I need to bless more people. I need to reach more people. Now that's a motive. That's a good reason to begin to say, okay, I think I'm going to start placing this fee, not so much. So when you call me now, I say, this is it. Do you understand? And then I still have considerations. The Spirit of God leads us. There are some places, even if you charge 10 million naira, the Spirit of God will ask you, just go. I have friends who they go. You won't believe. They will just say, I'm coming. Don't worry about it. And they just go. And maybe years down the line, the way God blesses them from those free places, you won't even believe. So at the end of the day, we still are led by the Spirit. But you have to be intentional. You have to organize yourself. Once you get to that point when you want to organize, you have to start thinking about fees, managers, PR teams, having a band. Things have to run on money. Praise God.
All right, hallelujah. Thank you. All right, Mr. Alf, we want to say thank you. Of course, you're seeing right with me in the studio. You're going nowhere. Remember, don't forget the topic is the gospel artist and the church. We're going to be a short break. When we return, it's going to be about the concert this time. Right. Okay, because a lot of stuff about our activities, our events, where a secular artist will place an event out there and the place will be jam packed, and the gospel artist will place out there and the place will be scanty. First of all, we want to know the people attending those other one and this one and those ones that are not even attending. This is the point where I would like to go on a short break. So go nowhere, because on return we are going to be looking at the concert, the artist, and of course, and the church. But that will be after the break. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Pastor Najita L. David. I am from Delta State. I'm a performing and recording gospel music artist. I do music, yes. Music is my own way of expressing myself, and music is my own way of reaching the soul. And we all know soul winning is the Father's business, so why not? So I've been in the music industry for a while now. Outside music, I love fashion. I love to create new trends, and I love to play with colors. And because of that, pictures are an absolute thrill for me. So I am right here at SwagTv Photo Studio to catch this thrill. And I need to tell the whole world that myself are fine. Hello everyone, I am Pastor Najit.
Church on Sunday. They're the same people who pay good money to watch secular shows, but in their mind, it is wrong to charge a fee for a gospel show. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. Even though it's the same music, it's the same entertainment, and beyond that, beyond the entertainment, in the gospel shows, things happen that you cannot pay for. But the music is the same, the hall, the price for the hall is the same, the cost of the equipments are the same. Every logistic you spend for the secular concert, you spend the same thing for the gospel concert. And most times the gospel artists are better talented. So the entertainment is even better than the secular one. But there's just this thing in our minds, especially in this part of the world, that just tells you once it has God, church, gospel in it, there shouldn't be any mention of money around it. It's a mindset and it's not right. Yes. So it's the same people, the same set of people who come to church and praise God on Sunday. That Sunday night, they pay premium tickets and attend secular shows, but they won't pay the same amount to attend gospel shows.
If I may ask, why?
I already explained why. It's their mindset. They just feel there's something wrong about charging fees. And it's the scripture you raised. A lot of people misinterpret and misconstrue that freely you have received, freely you should give. What did I freely receive? Is
Talent.
it the talent, the voice?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Like I tell you the same thing. The brain you used to study in the university to become an engineer, was it not free? Why do you get paid a salary at the end of the month working in Shell? Freely you have received, freely you should give. It's the same concept. But we just have that mindset that has, we are stuck in it. It's set as a rock. To break it, you understand? People who watch this video later will say a lot of things. Yes, I know that. So to break that mindset is really, really difficult. If you read First Corinthians chapter 9, read it, read it. Paul was very clear about his rights. He said as an apostle, he has every right to get financial reward, to get all of this. But personally, it's like I said before, it's a personal consecration. He has decided that instead of this mindset of people, he said it, instead of these people's mindset to hinder me from preaching the gospel, I shun it. So I feed myself. Paul will do other things. You know how they will tell you, make sure if you're an artist, a gospel artist, make sure you have other jobs so that you can support. That was Paul's mindset. But he was clear that when people minister to you spiritual things, they have a right to get in return material things. And Paul said it, we have a right to it. So you say, what is my reward? My reward is that I continue to preach and I don't let these things hinder me. So like I said, it's a choice. If I want to do like Paul and say, I waive my rights to getting financial rewards and God, it's me and you. Anyhow you want to bless me, I die here. Anything about finances, please, I'm not. Yeah, that was Paul. But he made it clear for you to know that you have a right to those rewards, even as you minister to people spiritually. Yes.
So how do we overcome it? Because see, I think I'm sick and tired of it.
Mhm.
Right? I might not be a gospel artist singing, ministering to people at the altar, but I also know that as a Christian, I have a responsibility like every other person.
Yeah.
When my brothers are doing something, I have to be fully involved, fully involved. Doesn't matter what I think about the person or not. I just have to be fully involved. And now that the commitment is not being seen, the question is, how do we overcome it?
It'll be very difficult to overcome. Some people have reached that threshold. So there's a small number of people who know the truth and they will pay a small fee to attend certain concerts. But as long as you have several denominations and dogmas and beliefs per local church, you will continue to have these things. Because some believers believe this way, others believe that way. Some say I'm for Paul, some say I'm for Apollos. From the day of the apostles, it has been. So it's not something that is going to end soon. So anybody who wants to break it, you have to continue. Do a private concert, charge a little fee for 15, 20 people. From there you grow, but you must be ready to go through all of the hassles. Or you seek other ways to keep doing your concerts and maybe get sponsorship and not put a fee because you want the numbers, you want the crowd. That's another strategy. Do you understand? Some people do concerts and they have massive crowds, but they have worked out a way to get sponsorship that even if they are going to take a fee, it may not be as much. Do you understand? So it's something you must be there. You must, gospel music business. You must sit down and think it out. Yes, you must. If this one is not working because of the way the people are thinking,
Yeah.
work it out another way. Work it out. I have done an event of like 15 people, and what each person gave. It was an exclusive meeting, and I knew the people I invited. I will write a letter and do it and tell you this is what I'm expecting. I'm putting out this EP just for you. That EP is not for the public. It's just for 20 of you, and this is my target. I want to raise 5 million, and I'm inviting 20 people. So I share it. So each person is going to give me how much? About 500. Is it 500,000? 250,000. You're right. So by the time I invite, even if you don't have 250, there's nobody that came into that room and didn't give me at least 100K. Do you understand? So I have just 20 people in a quiet restaurant, give them premium food that is not more than 5K. Do you understand? It's strategy. I have to be deliberate. This is what I'm doing. So if 20 people can give me like 2 to 5 million, I can come out any day and get a free hall, maybe a church hall. Ask Swag TV to come and support me. I may not be able to pay his full fees, but I pay some. I do everything. I do a big concert and I have 1,000 people.
And you cost City Johnson also.
Yes, to give me screen, to play with his
Fantastic.
guys, call everybody and pay half the fee because 20 people have gathered and given me between 2 to 5 million. So I do this other one because numbers are important in my work.
Okay.
You understand? The pictures, the videos that I had a large concert, it's good for my reputation as an artist. So I do both. So you must figure out how it's going to work for you. Don't continue, and then you keep saying the church doesn't support. No, you haven't strategized properly. The problem is not with the church or the world, it's you.
Talking about the church, I think this is my last question for today. But meanwhile, I want to say thank you, Mr. Afy, for breaking down this stuff to us, telling us why and what we should do
Yeah.
as an artist to get to the next point of our life. I call it the next point of our life, and also letting us know about the concert, the activities, and stuff. Now, you talked about people always, artists always say the church is not supporting me. The question is first, who is the church?
Well, when they say the church is not supporting, we're not going to be diplomatic about it. They are talking about the organized church, the RCCG, Christ Embassy, House on the Rock, the organized church. We're not talking about me and you being the church. We know that. But not being diplomatic, the church is the organized setup that they are referring to.
But if I'm in the church right now, I'm actually saying the church is not supporting
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
I think I'm part of the church.
Yes.
I'm the church, so I'm me. It's me. So
No, that's not. That's not. I'm trying to
not
demarcate
supporting
that. No,
myself.
no, that's not what they mean. When they say the church, they're talking about the organized body.
But
I might be a member of XYZ church. So when I say the church is not supporting me, I'm probably referring to my pastor, the pastorate, the leadership of the church, the people who run things in that organized setup.
yeah,
I'm not referring to me and you as the church. They are referring to the organization run by certain people. That's what they mean. They have concerts. I'm not on the billboard. I'm not invited. Meanwhile, I'm trying to grow. That's what they mean when they say the church is not supporting.
Okay, now, like I said before, I said I want to end with this question, and I want you to please answer it with care, because I know if you, as the way you go about the answers, and some persons might want to tag a name on you,
Yeah.
and that's the whole extent of the show is epignosis, the
Yes.
full knowledge of God. We intend someone can watch and get full insight to know what to do. There are some things that our pastors might not want to talk about because they felt this is not an issue.
Yes.
This is not something I should be disturbing myself over. We decide to bring those kind of questions, issues to epignosis where we can undo them and break them to pieces. All right. So before we call it a wrap, Mr. Afy Douglas, the people that write things about men of God on social media, yeah, it's a little bit consigned to me. Okay, I don't know about you. This, first of all, why I say the consign, first of all, those people are Christians. They are not the Muslims. They are Christians and they put things out there. And other fellow Christians will also say, with the bird is true and is lie. With your own view, today I'm calling you Mr. Afy Douglas. Tomorrow I'm calling you Pastor Afy Douglas. What do you have to say concerning those critics online?
Okay. First of all, you are not what gives you the tag Christian. It's not just because you are not a Muslim or a traditional worshiper. Then what's your religion? They ask us in school. You feel from religion, right? Christian. So that general tag is there. But we know out of that general tag, not everybody is really a Christian. You may be born in the Christian part of the world or in the Christian part of Nigeria. So that automatically makes you a Christian. But a step further, that's not what a Christian is, a committed follower of Christ.
Okay.
Do you understand? A Christian is let me use another word, disciplined follower of Christ. So Christians they're called disciples of Christ, Christians, because of how they behave. Disciples are disciplined followers. So anybody who is not a disciplined follower of Christ is just in the general group of Christians who were born in the Christian part of Nigeria or Christian part of the world. That's just a general tag. They are really not Christians. Because any Christian worth his salt, who is grounded, who is taught properly in the Bible, couldn't do that. At the same time, there are some clergy who will misbehave so bad that you can't help but do that. But we don't see that play out all the time. There's just a general mass attack on the clergy. You understand? But when some people say, touch not my anointed and all of that, we are all anointed. If you are a disciplined follower of Christ, you are the anointed. No, so some clergy can so misbehave that we can't help but publicly call them to order. That's okay. But not the bandwagon that we see around. So any disciplined follower of Christ will not be part of that bandwagon. So if you see them part of that bandwagon, we have to ask questions.
I love you, Mr. Afy, because you intend to answer these questions with with a touch of discipline and excellence. Trying not to offend Mr. A or Mr. B.
Yeah.
But is epignosis. Is epignosis.
Yes.
Top it. Let's know.
Yes.
Uh, those those people, those sets, this team, this community is their work. That's their duty. Post anything on social media now against any man of God. They pick it and they go, wow.
Are they really Christians?
I should be answering you that.
Yeah, but that's why I'm answering. Because they are not, like I said, they were born in the Christian part of the world. That
Okay.
doesn't make them Christians in the real sense of the word. At the same time, I said, on the flip side, why can somebody, genuinely ask questions? There are some practices, there are some things we practice in the Bible that are traditions. We just talked about charging or not charging. If you talk about other climes, they'll tell you, oh, we're not in America, we can't compare their Christianity with our Christianity, it's watered down and all of that. You see that mindsets are different in different places. So some things that we practice are traditions, not necessarily biblical.
Okay.
Someone was here to talk about tithe earlier. It's a big issue. It's a big debate. But why? Why can't people like him should come out and speak more on the topic? Because people are genuinely asking questions. You tell me that if I don't pay tithe, I'll be poor. Okay, now I'm paying, I'm still poor. So why shouldn't I ask? There are people I know who are not tithe payers and they're the wealthiest in the world. It should raise questions. So if people raise questions, we should genuinely give them an answer.
But when talking about raising question, I think the
Yes.
best is not to go to social media and start pasting it out there.
But sometimes, how else do we reach them? No, see, social media is the new world order.
Okay, so we should just go there.
You understand? So
paste
some
anything.
people say this is not for social media. Everything is out in the open. So if you have nothing to hide, don't hide.
I wish I could keep Mr. Happy long enough, but time is not on our side because, like they say, time is the greatest enemy we have on the face of planet Earth. My time has, flight. So, Mr. Happy, I want to say thank you for coming by. Thank you. I really appreciate. I know there are a lot of stuff inside of you that you were not able to dodge out today
Really,
because
yes.
of the time we have. And time is our enemy. But let's keep it the way it is so we will not tamper with the guy.
Thank you.
But before that, you did a wonderful, wonderful video of recent that is banging all over And I've been waiting for when you would give me the video for me to eat part of the money, but that you've not done. And maybe you had a plan with CC Johnson because I saw you discussing with him
What do you have
outside.
against CC
I
Johnson?
don't know. I'm only just saying. I'm only just saying something. You have a plan.
Okay.
You have a plan with him. But meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at that video.
Good evening, boss. Hey. Do you know him? Where did you meet him? Nice. He's Samira. She's an amazing. I know. From east to west. East to west. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. So we're just gonna get straight to work. So just give us a few minutes. Let's sort out a few things. I'll get to you. Thank you.
Amarachuku Baruba Nebeno Amaraya Baruba Nebeno. Thank you for your grace, Jesus. Amaraya Baruba Nebeno.
Hallelujah. Grace just makes me free. Amaraya is where I'm leaving from. Almighty God, thank you for your grace. Your blood is just enough.
Slap Jesus for real. He gets what I love that part. Thank you, Mr. Happy, for coming. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
too. I
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
that. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. At this point in time, I would like to go on a very short break as my next guest prepare warm up, get ready to step on the platform with me. This time we're going to be talking about the youth at large. So youth, get ready. For all of you and the ginger say, and the talk like say we won't work, but no work. Government talk say, then talk say, we can't gather, can't talk say. That's how we sit down for house like say, get ready. This next session is actually for you, but that will be after the break.
One day, a young boy asked his father, "What is the value of his life?" Instead of answering, the father told his son to take this rock and go.
Hi, I am Irene, a young Nigerian who went through the rigors of the tertiary institution like every other Nigerian youth, with enthusiasm and expectations to get rewards for my labor. But oops, the white-collar jobs were as scarce as gold, thanks to the current realities of our society. But the good news is, I have found it. The Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club, YIC Africa, got the magic. YIC Africa is a non-governmental and non-profit organization registered as an incorporated association established to provide opportunities for young people from all disciplines and abilities who have passion for personal growth and community development with a desire to advance their relevance in the society. It is no news that one of the issues of the African continent is poverty, and the conventional classroom-based education is insufficient to get us above this level. Many employers of labor demand for substantial years of work experience, which many do not have access to. A lot of young people with appreciable expertise lack the platform and opportunity to add value. Talk about millions of youth on the African continent who have innovative ideas which may never see the light of day due to lack of funding. YIC Africa solves the triple barrel problem bedeviling the African continent, which are unemployment, unemployability, and funding, by employing the following strategies. 1. Entrepreneurship against unemployment. 2. Bridging the skill set gap against unemployability. And 3. Seed capital grants for entrepreneurial development, leveraging on partnerships and collaborations with firms and individuals across the African continent. YIC Africa has a membership drawn from 5 major categories, namely students membership, graduate membership, professionals membership, fellowship membership, and corporate membership.